Hey guys, welcome to this week's review of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 2, Episode 18. Whoa, let's get into it. Why is Meredith perpetually leaving? I swear at the scene at the beginning of the episode, Meredith left the scene 3 times. 3 times she left and came back, left and came back. I'm over it. You either stay or you go. And she's always threatening to leave. I'm done with you guys. I've had enough. You guys are not my friends. I'm disengaging. Da 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 da. She's always making threats to leave the situation. And I really like Meredith and I feel for her. But it's getting to the point where I'm going to need you to, if you say you're going to leave, I'm going to need you to actually leave the scene. I'm going to need you to do it. The next time you say, I'm going to leave, you better be gone. Because you have used that card one too many times. And it's getting old. This is reality television and it sucks, but sometimes you're forced to hang out with people that you don't like. And you would have absolutely nothing to do with them if this was quote unquote real life. But it is what it is. So Meredith, I'm going to need you to deal. I'm going to need you to engage. Because when she does engage, I'm here for Meredith. I think Meredith has definitely become my favorite from this season. Surprisingly, really. But yeah. So her and Jen, they're having their moment. Yada, yada, yada. They're all yelling. They're all screaming. Fighting over the same nonsense because basically, it was Whitney. Of course, Whitney tells Meredith, oh, well, we were kind of wondering why you weren't on the bus, that maybe you were the one who called the FBI. And when she says it out loud, finally, to Meredith's face, it's so ridiculous. And Brooks, Meredith's son, he got it right when he said, well, even if you did call the FBI, who cares? Because she still has been frauding people. So it is what it is. If you're guilty, you're guilty. And that's what I said in my last review. Okay, fine. Sure, let's just say Meredith goes and tells the police. They're not going to arrest Jen right away. They're going to do an investigation. And if they've done an investigation and they find that Jen may be guilty of some things, then that's not really Meredith's fault or anybody's fault who reported her in, right? If she's innocent, she's innocent. And life will move on for her. Like I said, I hope that she's innocent. I really, really do. But if she's not, I don't know what it has to do with Meredith, right? And come on. I don't think Meredith called the police. I don't think Mary called the police. I just think that, I don't know. You're on reality television. There are plenty of people watching you. It could be anybody. I don't know, right? Maybe they were watching you for some time now. So using Meredith as the scapegoat is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And I can understand why Meredith would be so upset, right? For being accused something like that. Now, yeah, Meredith wasn't surprised, right? When Jen got arrested. But Heather wasn't surprised either. Whitney didn't seem too surprised. Whitney was the one that seemed to know a lot of information about what was going on with Jen. You know what I mean? Lisa did seem surprised because she kept making phone calls. I don't know if she's digging for information, but if you're digging for information, that means that you don't know what's going on. So I'll give Lisa that. I don't know. Even Jenny who is fired, right? Because she has she has her Facebook and she posted a bunch of racist stuff against black people and they let her go. you know, sorry, Jenny. I mean, yeah, I don't think she'll not be missed. Let me just say that. Okay, moving on, right? Oh my gosh, what was I saying? Yes, Jenny. Even Jenny didn't seem too shocked with Jen getting arrested. So, I think a lot of people knew that there was something shady. Oops, please ignore that notification. I think people definitely knew something shady was going on with Jen, but maybe they didn't think it was so you're going to jail. Maybe they're like, this is a little bit sketchy. I don't know. But, maybe she's just renting things. Maybe she's just keeping up appearances. But unfortunately, it's deeper than that. But yeah, moving on, right? So, yeah, and then Meredith, of course, she denies it and she's like, I didn't do this, no way. And then Jen totally decides to snap on Jenny and blame her for everything. All of a sudden it's Jenny's fault. Jenny was the one that told her the wrong information, right? Don't be mad at me, Meredith. Be mad at Jenny. This is, I don't know. I really don't get it. I don't get how Jen could really snap at everybody in that way, speak to everybody with such little respect, and I just feel like, I don't know, nobody has that energy for her. It seems like everybody is quick to forgive her. Maybe because she breaks down and cries, and she is going to jail, maybe. So you do feel for her, so maybe that's what it is, but it's getting to a point where, okay, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but this whole Lisa being mad at Meredith, right? I'm not saying that Lisa doesn't have reasons to be mad at Meredith and vice versa. I think both of them felt like the other hasn't really stood up for them within the group setting, right? And because they've been friends for so long, I think they have the longest running friendship out of the group of ladies. I think they expect a level of loyalty that for some reason the other person isn't doing. And I don't know. I guess maybe Lisa's expecting Meredith to be more outspoken and stand up for her, but that's not really Meredith's personality, right? And Lisa and Jen, I really don't understand because, as I was saying, if you're gonna get mad at Meredith, right, because you think Meredith is snapping at you and everything, then you should definitely be mad at Jen, right? Because, of course, winding back, Jen snaps at Jenny, Jen snaps at Lisa, right? And Lisa is just following behind her. And at one point, Lisa just had to be like, you know what? I'm not following you. I'm not following you anymore. I'm done with this. And I'm glad that Lisa came to that moment. But why does it. Lisa is a saint. That's all I can say. I don't know why you have this level of patience for someone that keeps disrespecting you. And then you want to go, and then you want to be mad at Meredith, right? And I'm not saying you can't be mad at Meredith, but you definitely have to be mad at Jen if you're mad at Meredith. That's all I'm saying. Because it's not making any sense. So, whatever. I'm not going to get into the little details of every little thing, but I will say this to end the scene off. Whitney and Heather, they stir a lot of the mess because they're the ones that came up with these allegations. Okay, to be fair, it seemed like Lisa wasn't really. It was Jenny that questioned Meredith and whether or not she was really going to her father's memorial. So I don't know. I can't exactly put it all on Heather and Whitney, but I think all the ladies have equally contribute to kind of just throwing these allegations out there. And yes, Lisa is the one that in several situations she runs back and tells the person, but you don't know what Lisa's saying. Lisa is could be manipulating the situation to make herself look innocent and the others look guilty. But the other ladies are doing the same thing to each other. So it's just one big one big mess with all of them. So can't wait for the reunion. Okay, what else happened? So Jen and Meredith, they kind of, I wouldn't say they make up, but they have a truce, right? And Jen, she starts crying, okay? And like, even when I was over her, when she starts to break down, it's like Meredith is thinking, okay, I can't be an asshole. Like, they already think that I call the FBI. So if I'm totally cold to her right now, I'm gonna look like the bad guy. Maybe not, but they have to kind of make up because you guys are filming a reality television show. They're not going to ice out Jen. And Meredith, you have to make the decision. Do you want to be on the show with Jen or not be on the show? Because those are your options. At least for right now, those are your options. So I think she chose to be on a show with Jen. So they made up, they had their moment. So the next day, in the morning, Meredith wakes up and she's angry. She's angry at everybody because Lisa, in the middle of the night, told her that the other lady said that she was faking her dad's memorial because she didn't want to ride on the bus with the other ladies because she called the FBI. And she knew what was going down and she knew that Jen was getting arrested and she wanted nothing to do with it, which is so ridiculous, right? I mean, maybe I believe that she didn't want to go on the bus, but if she's at her dad's memorial, like, and you're her friend, Lisa, I think you would know if she was lying when it came to that. And that's the thing, right? Because when the other ladies were talking about it on the bus, Lisa wasn't like, oh, well, no, of course she's not lying. She's at her dad's memorial. Meredith wouldn't lie about that. She was definitely at her dad's memorial. She would have repeated it several times. She would have been very assertive. But the way that Lisa responded was a bit hesitant. It was like, well, I don't know where she is. Well, yeah, she could be there. I don't know. She didn't seem too confident. So if your best friend, if the group thinks that your friend is lying, right? Your best friend is lying. And everybody in the group turns to you and you don't seem too confident, you don't seem too sure your best friend is telling the truth, I think that makes other people, that gives validity to some of the things that the other people in the group might be saying about your friend. So, do I think that Lisa directly kind of was like, yeah, Meredith is lying? No, but I think she contributed to that energy. She did. And I do think it's rather shady of her to then go back and tell Meredith that, right? Because you have to at least acknowledge that, maybe I was a little shady in the way I answered. Maybe we gave it a little too much air to breathe and we should have shut it down right away. But we don't see the conversation that Lisa had with Meredith. It could have been Lisa being like, I shouldn't have engaged in the conversation or something of that nature. Maybe she took accountability. But I don't think so because Meredith seemed mad at everybody. At Lisa too. She was done. And like I said with Meredith, if you're gonna go, I'm gonna need you to go from now on. But I do understand that's her father. And for people to think she would lie on her father that has passed, that's pretty effed up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, who would lie on their dead father? You know what I mean? That's just, I understand why she was upset. I mean, Jen lied on her husband's health, so that's a whole nother story. But I can understand why Meredith is really upset. And I'm sorry, a lot of it is Heather and Whitney. So, of course, Heather and Whitney are hiding in their rooms, right? They don't want to be seen because they're the main mess. But the thing is, nobody points the finger, like, nobody looks at them. And I can't wait till the reunion because I think the other ladies are really going to see that, wow, Heather and Whitney were the one with all these speculations. They were the one, especially Whitney, that wanted to conduct all these investigations on people. So, I can't wait to see that. Oh, another thing how can I forget this? So many things happened. But in the earlier scene, they're trying to suggest that Jen had an affair with Meredith's ex person she was having an affair with. Does that make any sense? And I'm like, what? So now you're accusing Jen of cheating on her husband? Which is so funny because Jen was the one that was accusing Meredith of cheating on her husband with the same guy? That's pretty messed up. I definitely feel like there are a lot of things behind the scenes that have happened. I don't blame Meredith for Meredith. I don't blame Meredith for not really messing with Jen. I really don't. I really don't. Wow, wow, wow. So what else happened? Yeah, Meredith and Lisa, yeah, they keep fighting, blah, 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 blah. Oh, there was another scene where the other ladies are talking in the kitchen, and then Jenny starts talking, and Mary is just like, I'm done with you. I can't take you. I can't deal with her. And she, like, walks away, and it's so, like, why? Listen, I don't know. Maybe Mary is psychic, you know? Maybe she read into the future, she saw certain things, and she knew that she wanted nothing. So they go hiking. That hiking was very intense. But they do that, and that looks fun. And they bond during that moment. And then they come back, they're all exhausted, but I guess they all had a good day. They missed dinner, so they had to just have dinner at home. And then, I don't know, they turned the basement into some club. Well, not really. They didn't really do that. They just had a party at home. Which is, I mean, I guess this is the world post you know who. So sometimes that happens. They can't really go out. It's a lot of them really being in the house, which is fine. It is what it is. But it seemed like it really helped to bring all the ladies together, drinking and dancing. And it seemed like they all were able to have fun. So I think it brought everybody in the group back to a good place. Even to the point where Mary, I can't believe this, but Mary just decides to apologize to Jenny. And Jenny, surprisingly, decides to accept that apology. So it seems like they're all getting better as a friend group. You would think if they had end the season right here, this would for sure be a happy ending for the season, because it seems like, okay, everybody has sorted out their problems. Oh yes, Lisa also apologized to Meredith for the conversation about her father and his memorial. And so, yes, this would have been a happy ending to the season. This would be a great place to end. You would think. And then I saw the preview for next week's episode. And yeah, it seems like things are not going to be wrapped up in a neat little bow. A matter of fact, the preview ends with Lisa calling Meredith a you know what, who has also you know what, half of New York. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Lisa Barlow. Now, I don't know what Meredith said or done to Lisa to get her that pissed, but it better be good. It better be good because you don't do your friends like that. Just because you have a falling out, you spill all of their tea on national television? Yeah, okay. Okay. But I'm here for it. I am. So, yeah, this was a good episode. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've been enjoying Salt Lake City. Okay, that's everything, guys. See ya.